If everyone could quiet down, please. Thank you. Good evening, everyone. I would like to welcome all the family members, educators, administrators, and the class of 2025 to this year's commencement. My name is Zachary Sleer, class president, and it is an honor to be here opening our graduation ceremony. Before starting our ceremony, please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance and the National Anthem, sung by our classmate, Peyton Rockcastle. Gentlemen, please remove your hats. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please be seated. As we gather here tonight, it is with deep sadness and heavy hearts that we remember that some of our classmates are not here with us. We remember Levi Deal and Caleb Stein tonight with a white rose on chairs among the graduating class. Please join me in a moment of silence as we remember Levi and Caleb. Thank you. I stand before you tonight as a representative of our student body, but individually, you might know me as a runner, gamer, or friend. And as many of you has gathered by now, I am a pretty big fan of math and science. I love calculus, chemistry, and physics. The ideas of alternate realities and universes fascinate me, so let's just take a few minutes to envision some alternate realities throughout history. Let's imagine that instead of persevering and becoming the greatest basketball player to have ever lived, when Michael Jordan was cut from his high school basketball team, he chose to find excuses, quit practicing, and blame others for his shortcomings. Instead of witnessing the most impressive basketball athlete to ever play the game, today we'd be debating if Jokic or LeBron is the GOAT of the NBA. Or consider this painful alternate universe. This one really gives me anxiety. After multiple studios turned down George Lucas's idea for Star Wars, what if he lost hope, abandoned his dream of the Force, and resorted to producing cut-rate movies for life? We'd be tortured by 12 episodes of Howard the Duck and would have missed out on the most iconic movie series in history. A success story that hits close to home is the creation of the Jeep by the American Bantam Car Company. When faced with a tight deadline and stringent design standards, Karl Probst got to work and in less than 2 days submitted a prototype for a small reconnaissance vehicle. The design contributed to the eventual Jeep model that would have significantly contribute to the Allies' success in World War II. I don't think any of us would like to imagine an alternate universe where that didn't happen. We could talk for hours and recount similar stories to these. I am inspired by people who seem to have the odds stacked against them, yet by grit, determination, and hard work, are able to use their setbacks as fuel to find solutions and paths to success. I believe that we all have this potential to not let our disappointments and failures define us, and to not live a life of excuses and accepting defeat as our alternate reality. It is my hope that the class of 2025 will be known for its perseverance, strength in the face of adversity, and as waymakers and innovators. The intelligence, creativity, and accomplishments we possess are our toolbox for fostering a culture of solutions rather than blame, flexibility, and reinvention in spite of setbacks. Do not let your inaction define you. Strive to achieve your goals and do not let anything stop you. Thank you for entrusting me with the leadership of our class. It has been my honor and privilege to navigate our final year at Butler High School with you. Now, it is my pleasure to introduce to you Braden Bergbigler, our class vice president, who will share this year's theme.
Hello everyone, my name is Braden Bergbigler and I am the Vice President of our class of 2025. It is my pleasure to reveal the theme of our graduating class, Don't Find Faults, Find Remedies. Every one of us is feeling something unique right now about graduating, but my message is this. No matter your path leading to here, no matter your outlook on the future, and no matter how you are doing at this very instant, appreciate the goodness you have been granted. Think of all the support we've received, the simple pieces of advice, the mistakes we've made, and the lessons we have learned, whether that be failing a test, technology not cooperating, or a frustrating argument, you name it. Without these experiences, we would not have grown to be the amazing people we are today. Despite our differences in personality, interests, and beliefs, possessing the potential to guide ourselves towards a productive and gratifying life is exactly what connects us all here tonight. We've all grappled with devastating experiences throughout our high school journeys. A lot of us have asked the following questions before. Why am I not pretty enough? Why am I not smart enough? Why am I not good at anything? Why am I being treated this way? Why am I not enough? The most significant concept to embrace moving forward is to avoid self-criticism and enhance your adaptability. We are all capable of achieving attainable and seemingly improbable goals, but for some of us, we just don't know it yet. If you prioritize your energy for fixing a broken system instead of merely letting it unfold while complaining about the negative aspects, you will set yourself up to flourish. It takes effort, a lot of it. You will want to lean towards the easiness that comes with the present by simply taking no initiative to change the trajectory of the moment, hoping someone else will step in for you. This is how the world comes to a standstill, because without innovation, there can be no change. If you get injured, do you sit there wondering why and how, or do you immediately search for how to heal? If you are in a group setting and struggling to complete a task, whether it be a project or winning a game, do you condemn your team by becoming upset with them, or do you offer a new perspective to accomplish the task? Problems exist in all areas of life. Blame and criticism are easy to express over these problems. It is vital for you to take the non-attention-seeking route by discovering a solution and ignoring the fault finders. Mr. McKay taught me in sociology the social contagion theory. It suggests that behaviors or attitudes spread throughout a group bouncing around from one person to the next. Serving as a remedy creator will inspire others to follow you and facilitate positive change. A fault finder will decrease the morale of others and influence them to subject themselves to the same pessimism you are projecting. Every one of us have acted as fault finders before, whether it was internal or external. However, the key word there was acted, meaning that's not your true self, and the ultimate reality is that you are capable of ridding yourself of negative tendencies. Unlock your harmonious spirit by tackling different issues in your life instead of wishing for better. You must think and then do, not do and then think. This is where regret and failure arises, which all of us have experienced. You can uncover your primary purpose by withdrawing time out of your day to do something to improve your life. It's all a choice, and I believe we can all lead with integrity, dedication, and determination to have an impact on the world. Fear is a primary cause of inaction. The problem is that we have all subconsciously set personal limits. We need to break these for a guarantee that we will fulfill our ambitions. Harnessing fear will remove anxiety and stress. I encourage you to continue persevering through the hardships, reminding yourself that the outcome of a situation depends on your attitude. I'll finish with a quote from the Roman philosopher Marcus Aurelius. "Why should you feel anger at the world as if the world would notice?" Congratulations, class of 2025, and please be a remedy creator, not a fault finder. It is now my honor to introduce to you our 2025 theme speakers, Silvio Andrasi and Evelyn Paserba.
Good evening, everyone. I think I can safely speak for all the students sitting here tonight. We were all very thankful for the time our teachers, family, and friends have given and sacrifices they've made to help us reach this point. We are gathered tonight to celebrate the final step in our academic journey with the Butler Area School District. And to the members of the class of 2025, we did it. As you've heard, this year our graduation theme is Don't Find Faults, Find Remedies. Our class, unlike any other, has had the ability to see past setbacks and turn them into opportunities. Let's take a trip down memory lane. It's 1 a.m. and you've been studying all night for a test the next day. You think you've got every single possible piece of information in your head and you've never felt more prepared. Fast forward a few days later, and the grade you got is nowhere near what you thought it would be. Now, other graduating classes might look at that test and think to themselves, what did I do wrong? Or how could I have been so dumb thinking that that was the answer? Not us. Where some see a problem, we find a solution. Instead of asking, what did I do wrong? We say, how can I do this better the next time? And how can I improve? Now, I know that it might sound cliche, so bear with me for a minute. But the number one lesson that we should all take away from our time here at Butler is that it is perfectly acceptable to experience failure. In the wise words of Master Yoda, the greatest teacher failure is. With our willingness to find remedies for problems, we as a student body have had and will have remarkable successes both in the classroom and in the real world. And with the help from the educators here at Butler, I have no doubt that we are ready to face all the challenges that life can throw at us in the future. As some of us go off to college, others into the workforce and the military, we should all take time to reflect on how we got here. You know, it only seems like yesterday that we were getting ready for our first day of kindergarten, and now here we are, about to step across this stage, accept our diploma, and graduate from high school. As our final moments of high school are coming to a close, I would like to offer a little philosophical advice as we make our way out into the world. Firstly, the numbers do not define who you are. I'm sure there are some sitting among us right now who believe that they might not be able to achieve greatness because their GPA isn't high enough or they aren't within the top 25% in the class ranking. I am here to tell you that that is absolutely not the case. Every person sitting here in front of me has the ability to achieve extraordinary goals, and you should not let anyone tell you otherwise. Second, there is always going to be a light at the end of the tunnel. No matter how small that light may seem now, as your life progresses, the light can only get brighter and brighter until eventually there is no more darkness in your way. Third and final, live your life. It's your time to take the reins. Remember that you control your own destiny, no one else. Let's put into practice all the great lessons we have learned here in Butler. Lastly, I implore you to always remember these words. Don't find faults, find remedies. As I close, I would like to again thank everyone that has helped our graduating class. From parents and grandparents to bus drivers and substitute teachers, I want to congratulate all my classmates, and I would like to say goodbye to our soon-to-be alma mater, Butler High. But before I vacate this podium and hand it off to our second theme speaker and fellow classmate, Evelyn Paserba, I would like to say for one last time, that's all I've got for you guys today, Butler. My name is Silvio Andresi, and as always, go Tornado.
Good evening, everyone. Now, considering the fact that by February, most of us had senioritis so bad that just showing up to school was an accomplishment, it's a miracle that almost 500 of us are seated here today, all dressed up, looking like we didn't just roll out of bed, and mostly awake. Hi, I'm Evie Paserba, and I've somehow been given the impossible task of summing up 13 years of our lives in just 3 minutes, so no pressure. Honestly, where do you even begin? Maybe we start here with something that I think best defines who we are as a class. Because throughout our time together, there were plenty of moments where it would have been easier to just give up, blame each other, blame our situations, or blame the circumstances that we couldn't control. But we didn't do that. We're all here today, right? We made it. We worked through the hard parts, we found people to lean on, whether it was friends, families, or teachers, and we kept showing up. We didn't find the faults, we found remedies. That, right there, that mindset, it's what got us all here today. It's what turned our obstacles into achievements, our confusion into understanding, and our setbacks into comebacks. And that is a lesson we'll take far beyond these walls. So what's another way that we can sum up our 13 years together? Maybe we follow Robert Fulghum's lead and listen to what he had to say from his book entitled, All I Really Need to Know, I Learned from Kindergarten. In it, he says, share everything. Play fair. Don't hit people. Clean up your own mess. Say you're sorry when you hurt somebody. Wash your hands before you eat. And flush. That advice may sound simple, but honestly, it still holds up. Those lessons, they got us through recess drama, hallway conflicts, forgotten homework, and that heart-stopping moment when your teacher mentions a pop quiz. But there's one more line from Robert Fulghum's book that really caught my eye. When you go out into the world, watch out for traffic, hold hands, and stick together. And now, here we are, a class of almost 500 students, ready to go out into the world. But I hope we don't think of ourselves as 500 separate people. I hope we see ourselves as one large, fun, at times dysfunctional, but incredibly amazing group. I know not all of us are close. That's okay. It's hard to develop close friendships in a class as large as ours. And even if we didn't talk much, or at all, we still share something. The challenge of adapting when life didn't go as planned, the fear of leaving behind what we know, but also the excitement to start fresh. One thing I've learned is this. Some of the biggest regrets people have in life are about not reaching out. You hear it all the time. People not staying in touch with high school friends or not making the effort to reconnect. But the truth is, it's never too late. It just takes one message, one moment, and one decision to show up. Today is not the end. It's just the beginning of a different and unforgettable journey. Now, I'd like to take a second to thank the people who got us to this point, our teachers and administrators, and we've been blessed with some really great ones, our coaches, our families, and our little community of Butler. And of course, Google and Quizlet for getting us through more late-night study sessions than we'd like to admit. Now finally, just one quote, one that I'm sure many of us could probably recite by now, but it still holds true, and I hope it sticks with you. A quote from Dr. Seuss's book, Oh, the Places You'll Go. You're off to great places, today's your day, your mountain is waiting, so get on your way. Class of 2025, we have looked for remedies, not faults, and we've climbed a lot of hills together. Sometimes we stumbled on the way up, but we always made it. It's time for the next chapter. It's time for us to get on our way. We may be headed in 500 different directions, but we'll always be part of an unforgettable group, Butler's class of 2025. It is now my pleasure to introduce our classmate, Lauren Bayer, our Stuco president, who will be announcing the winners of this year's Distinguished Graduate. Thank you.
Good evening, classmates, members of the community, and friends. I'm Lauren Baer, the Student Council President of Class of 2025. Today, I have the honor to stand before you as we celebrate not only the achievements of an entire graduating class, but the journey of one individual who represents the very best of what our school stands for. I have the privilege of announcing the chosen winner of this year's Distinguished Graduate. Before I start talking about this individual's accomplishments, I would like to explain what a distinguished graduate truly is and the process behind that decision. This award dates back to 1980 when the graduating class questioned those before them. Who has truly made an impact on Butler? What have these individuals accomplished? How have these inspired the Butler community? These questions led to what we have now know as the Distinguished Graduate Award. An award that is more than just having a high GPA or earning academic excellence. A distinguished graduate is someone who goes beyond expectations, someone who not only exceeds in the classroom, but also makes meaningful impacts outside of it. These graduates have led by example and inspired the community around them. Potential candidates must be nominated for this award, awaiting a wonderful committee to sort through several of the files. From that, 3 excellent finalists are chosen and voted on by a senior selection committee. This year's distinguished graduate is unique, someone who has contributed to the Butler community in amazing ways. As he graduated the Butler Senior High School, he earned a Bachelor's of Science in Industrial Management at Carnegie Mellon University and a Doctorate of Medicine at American University, the Caribbean in St. Martin. As he returned home, he completed an internal and emergency medicine residency program at Allegheny General Hospital. Along with his program, he completed a fellowship in infectious disease and critical care medicine at the University of Pittsburgh Medical Care. Throughout his outstanding career, he continues to keep a remarkable reputation and has served the Pennsylvania community in various capacities. As he currently practices as an infectious disease physician at UPMC Presbyterian Shadyside, he also practices as a critical care medicine physician at Butler Memorial Hospital. He's an assistant professor at 3 different universities and the assistant editor of the journal Health Security. He has also made his way back to Butler several times to speak to many of the senior high school students. I can proudly announce that this year's distinguished graduate from the class of 1993 is Dr. Amesh Adalja. Dr. Adalja, through tireless dedication, has used his work to source inspiration, support, and transformation for the community around him. Whether this was mentoring the youth, organizing local outreach efforts, or initiating health education, Dr. Amesh Adalja took his ability to change the lives of those around him and served his local communities in various ways. He is a member of multiple professional societies and served on the Pittsburgh Advisory Board. As I seek to shed light on his experiences as a physician changing lives for the better, I would love to focus on several accomplishments that have truly stood out to me. Dr. Adalja has become a core lecturer for the University of Pittsburgh, as well as an infectious disease section coordinator. He has closely studied several diseases like the swine flu, Zika, and even natural outbreaks. He's gone on several research trips all over the world, responding to different roles within disease preparation. As all of these excellent achievements unfold, I want to specifically acknowledge the community contributions Dr. Adalja has made to Butler. He is the creator of the AP Epidemiology course at Butler, served on the U.S. government panels to develop guidelines for plague treatment, departed to Haiti after 2010 earthquake to be their care strike team, and testified before Congress during COVID-19. He hosted a seminar at Butler Catholic and Butler Hospital's emergency physician. To my classmates and community members, As we stand here today, we find ourselves in a powerful moment. We are able to recognize those who have been in our shoes. This is more than just the end of a chapter. It is a time to honor the journey that has been brought to us and many others here today. We can carry the education and joy that once shaped many selfless and resilient individuals like Dr. Adalja. Please join me as we congratulate this year's distinguished graduate, Dr. Amesh Adalja. It is now my pleasure to introduce our superintendent of the Butler Area School District, Dr. Brian J. White, Jr.
Good evening. I'd like to welcome all parents, families, friends, faculty, board members, especially the outstanding class of 2025, to this evening's commencement ceremony. As we celebrate the class of 225, we've heard the student speakers talk about choices, opportunities, the future paths you may take. So much of that is possible because the first choices some folks make. And I want to recognize some of our special graduates. If you're a graduate that's planning to go to the United States military and serve for our country, would you please stand? And if you're a veteran in the audience, would you please stand? Thank you for allowing us all the choices we can make because of your service. Please stand and be recognized. Seniors, tonight is all about you. We celebrate you as a group. We celebrate you as individuals. We celebrate what you've done. We celebrate what you're going to do. Every graduating class is special. Every graduating class is unique. You're shaped by the world around you, but not necessarily by what's occurred in the world around you, but how you respond to it. And over the past 4 years, we've witnessed remarkable changes. Artificial intelligence now writes essays, writes movies, creates music, paints pictures, and even drafts essays. But no machine can replace you. You're not a product of code. You're the result of effort, growth, and connection. You've learned to adapt, but more importantly, you stay connected. Even the theme this evening, don't find faults, find remedies, really speaks to connecting with others. In a world that's fast-moving than ever, I hope you don't forget to slow down, truly connect with others, stay connected with your classmates, your families, your friends. And I have to tell you, there's living proof in this room today that there's dedication and love, because anyone that's sweltering in the audience must love a graduate that's sitting here this evening. Now, each of you are going to leave here choosing your own path, and I hope that for some of you that's continuing education, some that's finding a career, some that's going to the military, but your journey's your own. Those who walk beside you, I hope continue to walk beside you. You can be more connected because of the technology than ever before, so I hope you don't lose sight of people you have found being grounded in. You know, each year, in addition to our commencement ceremony, the VOTEC Center runs a awards program, graduation program. And through that, each year, one senior is designated as the VOTEC Student of the Year. 3 students are nominated as finalists, and this year 2 students, Paige Snyder and Sarah Lucas, were nominated as finalists, which is quite an accomplishment, so congratulations. Sarah was actually selected as the outstanding student, and as part of that, she got to deliver a speech. Part of her speech was talking about how nervous she was when she went to VOTEC because she didn't know where anything was. But there was one line, and I want to quote it exactly for you. Even though my mind had no idea where I was, my heart knew I was in the right where I was meant to be. I hope each of you find that spot in your life at some point. How powerful. Your heart knows where you want to be. Face the future with courage, create solutions, be thankful, don't underestimate your worth, and follow your heart. All those are themes that come out of the graduation speeches tonight and thoughts woven in and out by our graduation speakers. I think they all did a wonderful job, and I've had even the opportunity to read the speeches that have not occurred. So I'm really looking forward to it. Thank you to all of our graduation speakers. So, no matter where life takes you, one thing remains true: human connection. The relationships you build here, the ones you'll make in the future, the classmates, the teachers, the mentors, the friends, the family, all of that remains. And I hope as you make your decisions moving forward, you lean on those folks again and again. To the families, teachers, mentors, friends who have got us to this point, Thank you all, and thank you all for being here this evening and sweating a little bit with us to get through this ceremony. Seniors, I wish you the very best in all lies ahead, and I hope your time at Butler Senior High School has given you friendships and memories that will last a lifetime. And thank you for all that you've done for our school, our community, and each other. Now, it's warm, so if you've wandered and not been paying attention to me, this is the part you want to hear. Mr. Huffman, principal of Butler Senior High School, has presented the roster, 135th class of Butler Senior High School, the class of 2025 to me as being prepared to graduate. President Vavro, Vice President Shingleton, by the authority vested in my office by the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania and the Butler Area School District Board of Directors, as a commissioned officer of the state and superintendent of schools, I verified that this class of 2025 has obtained the graduation requirements set forth by the Butler Area School District Board of Education, the Pennsylvania Department of Education, and the State Board of Education. At this time, I would like Zach Sleer, who has graduated with honors with distinction, to please come forward. Zachary Connor Sleer has satisfactorily completed the requirements prescribed by the Board of School Directors of the Pennsylvania Department of Education for the senior high school, and in testimony thereof is awarded his diploma. It is with great pleasure and pride that I declare the class of 2025 as graduated.
Would all members of the class of 2025 please stand as we turn our tassels together? Please take your left hand and move your tassel to the left. 1, 2, 3. At this time, we will announce the names of all graduates, beginning with the group seated around the podium. Lakin John Wizenand, honors with distinction. Evan Kyle Rensel, honors with distinction. Silvio Giovanni Andrasi, honors.
I got it.
Alec Jude Teff, honors with distinction. Lauren Taylor Baer. Yeah. Braden Charles Bergbigler, honors with distinction. Evelyn K. Pasurba, honors with distinction. And Peyton Alexander Rockcastle. Our next group of graduates to be announced are those earning the designation Honors Graduate with Distinction, attained by achieving a cumulative weighted GPA of 4.3 or higher. Lakin John Wizenand.
Odrea Grace Baxter. Lauren Elizabeth Benai. Elena Kate Bestwick. Andrew Scott Bocci. Maggie Marie Bodemer. Owen Joseph Boring. Amelia Elizabeth Bosco. Jordan Beth Campbell. Casey Ann Klaus. Luke Robert Cottespot. Ashley Elizabeth Colinello. Riley May Coltrion. Jessica Lauren Cornell. Juliana Marie DeMeo. Alexander Emery Depew. Connor Michael Dolan. Donovan Paul Heist. Chloe Ann Laidlaw. Audrey Lynn Lehman. Abigail Marie Lutz. Jackson Archer Morgus. Liam James Madden. Emmett Alexander McLean.
Caitlin Piper McGuire. Michaela Rose McClister. Alexis Nicole Menchek. Mara Elizabeth Mormack. Ryan Christopher Orsborn. Brielle Marie Pinto. Channing Marie Popovich. Olivia Kathleen Pornaluzzi. Tanner J. Pry. Jacqueline Cherie Shields. Cooper James Skull. Jordan Ray Slater. Josie Lee Slasinski. Elliot Jane Smith. Elijah David Snyder. Addison Ray Tack. Kylie Lynn Turk. Owen Michael Treadle. Abigail Elizabeth Vance. Addison Eileen Vance. Verna Zal. The next group of graduates to be announced are honors graduates, earning a 4.0 to 4.299.
First for honors, Madison Lee Amaduri. Lila Ann Bowden. Caden Scott Christie. Brock Anthony Collins. Carly Marie DeVore. Shayna Marie Flieger. Luke Jacob Fraser. Addison Marie Gatz. Alexa Noel Geibel. Tori Diane Gilliland. Emily Grace Heil. Sarah Elizabeth Heil. Ava Noel Heineman. Riley Nicole Hurley. Adam Samuel Clara. Chloe Elizabeth Klein. Travis Dylan Lechque.
Avery Hope Mayer. Mason Ross McCall. Madison Elizabeth McGarrah. Cullen Robert Miller. Lydia Jane Money. Ariana Elizabeth Morrow. Grace Angelina Persicini. Aubrey Lynn Rock. Christopher Joseph Rubsick. Thomas Robert Sheptak. Olivia Marie Slater. Lily Ann Stenman. Madison Marie Thornton. Lily Ellen Vicari. Amy Rose Wagner. Lelena Wednesday Watt. Madison Marie Wolf. Christiana Elizabeth Wright. Our next reader is Owen Joseph Boring.
Nathan Wiley Adams. Javon Senior Allen. Hunter Wayne Anderson. Leland Thomas Anderson. Mason Regis Anderson. Aiden Jermaine Andrews. Tyler Wesley Aspinall. Madison Nicole Ballack. Kendall Raylene Barger. Dominic Sean Barnes. Mandy J. Bartley. Brooke Alexis Bauman. Timothy James Beck. Kyle James Benedek. Mariana Christine Bencart. David Michael Bernauer. Sky Elizabeth Bertram. Brady Paul Burke-Bickler. Charity Samantha Lawrence. Carter William Blystone. Cameron K. Boer. Jace Allen Brooks. Julian James Bronca.
Damian Jacob Brown. Eva Madeline Brown. Graydon Robert Brown. Gannon R. Brown. Emma Lee Bruno. Amaya Ann Bryan. Alexis Noel Buck. Connor Matthew Burek. Alexander Antonio Burgos. Jose Carlos Burgos Torres. Olivia Rose Burkett. Layla Jean Kakamo. Jessica Eva Marie Calhoun. Devin Shea Callan. Jameson Will Callender. Braden Anthony Campbell. Diamond Antonio Quintera. Charlotte Pearl Carter Adams. Tajay Latoya Carter. Mia Nevea Casanetta. Mayla Ann Katniss. Alexis Olivia Fuselton. Braden Michael Sense. Case Robert Chop. Our next speaker is Alexis Olivia Huselton.
Madison Janae Claypool. Lily Jean Cloutier. Joseph George Colley. Cole Samuel Courtney. Jalissa Aileen Craig. Joshua Thomas Craig. Damian D. Kramer. Nora Grace Criley. Abby Lynn Cuffman. Ava Marie Cumbledge. Ryan William Curry. Brianna Marie Seifert. Elizabeth Inez Mariner Dahl. Ella Grace Davenport. Alexander Jacob Davis. Tara Rose Deal. Nicholas Scott DeJesus. Alan Daniel DeLauder. Isabel Sophia Delso. Trinity Rose Desmond. Charlotte Sophia DeYoung. Selena Rose Diamond. Austin Daniel Dietrich.
Taman Royce Dillard Green. Jacob Archer Demon. Nevaeh Evelyn Dixon. Noah Dylan Doctor. Ruger Wyatt Doctor. Mackenzie Rose Donaldson. Thaddeus Marseille Donaldson. Bella Dominique Dorsey. Zachary Tyler Duffy. Cadence May Dunlap. Gianna Lucia Duska. Gabrielle Lynn Dutry. Samantha Sue Eddy. Lacey Marie Edgington. Kanye LaShawn Edwards. Keontae LaShawn Edwards. Andrew Jacob Elliott. Gavin J. Ellison. Eve Faith Nancy Ursula Ervig. Ricardo Esquivel Jr. Addie Brooks Avenko. Elise Rochelle Everhard. William Leo Fell. Bridget Christine Fellabaum. Eden Nicole Lieberman. Cody Ray Fennel. Hunter James Ferrer Anderson.
Zachary Scott Fife. Abigail May Flieger. Haley Elaine Foote. Jamie Noel Friel. Kylie Madison Fry. Allison Rose Fundark. Cohen Maddox Gamble. Sitlali Janet Garcia Gonzalez. Keith Jose Gary. Braden Robert Gagan. Copeland Richard Gebhardt. Ethan Matthew Geibel. Jack Lawrence Gemma. Samuel Joseph Gilgrist. Michael Anthony Graff. Tarek Vincent Graham. Keona Kaylil Childs Green. Joshua Matthew Greenwald. Richard Stanley Greger. Abigail Claire Grossman. Wyatt David Gutshaw. Archer Lawrence Hamilton. Hunter George Hans. Braden Matthew Hardsock.
Jordan Elise Harper. Haley Ann Hartman. Caden Gray Hartzell. Bryce Lauren Hawk. Lane Gavin Hawk. Tyler James Timothy Heinel. William Lester Hendricks. Hope Irene Harold. Hunter James Heil. Emily Rose Hinch. McKenna Ann Hershey. Jason Andrew Hoffer. Brendan Michael Holmes. Grant Logan Holt. Emberlyn Rose Holsworth. Caden James Hobson. Ethan Jameson Hornacek. Alyssa Nicole Howe. Benjamin Nathaniel Uba. Justice Christine Hurlbrink. Mara Catherine Penrod. Haley Nicole Hustack. Leo Anthony Irapino.
Zachary Gordon Ice. Alana Juliandra Jackson. Ian R. Jenkins. Olivia Janeliza Jaimes. Chloe Elizabeth Jones. Mark Anthony John Jones. Angela Joy Kalsani. Ella Catherine Karenbauer. Shiley Renee Karenbauer. Presley Marie Kemper. Evan Thomas Kennedy. Mark Anthony Kerner. Isaiah Richard Key. Riley Sue Kiefer. Preston Allen Kildell. Helena May King. Tavion Ramir King. Joshua James Kinney. Olivia Ann Marie Kirk. Liliana Marie Kish. Caleb Robert Klein. Eli Sebastian Prentice. Jack Joseph Kanya. Cora Rose Call.
Chantel Lace Cradle. Madison Samantha Cranebucker. Emily Ann Kramer. Hayden Rex Kroll. Chase Robert Kudamick. D'Angelo Domenico Lamberto. Adian James Lameson. Mackenzie Leanne Larry. Miles Parker Lavery. Nevaeh Rose Connor Lee. Owen Michael Litch. Ryan Joseph Levere. Madeline Nicole Lewis. Rayshawn Marquise Littlejohn. Dennis Jadiel Lopez. Isaiah Jordan Lorenzini. Sarah Kathleen Lucas. Tate Stephen Lucas. Aaron Patrick Lunn. Jathan Fate Wheat Lunsford. Jordan Alexander Lusky. Grace Olivia Lutz. Emanuela Prifty. Bradley Michael Lynn.
Patrick James Lyon. Arella Michelle Makalika. Nevaeh Grace Nettie Maga. Corbin Christopher Mago. John Van Mahler. Ava Grace Malloy. Mika Lynn Marshall. Brooke Ann Martsolf. Kieran Lachlan Mason. Michael Liam Mason. Nevaeh Renee Matthews. Jaden Taylor Matuk. Max Henry Mayo. Hayden Matthew Mazzanti. Landon Eli McCall. Riley Nicole McCandless. Trinity Jane McCandless. Desiree Grace McCardle. Tripp Alexander McCaslin. Aiden James McCleary. Oswald William McCleary. Leah Michelle McClellan. David Mitchell McCollum. Natalie Michelle McDonald. Lucy Joe McFall. Mackenzie Lynn McGarry. McKenna Lynn McGarry.
Brandon Lee McMasters. Amelia Rose McMichael. Molly Gabrielle McTye. Alexandria Nicole Meals. Tyler J. Merton. Brennan Logan Michael. Hannah Lean Michael. Ryan Joseph Miller. Zoe Nicole Miranda. Anthony Dominic Morbido. Isabella Linda Morales. Nicholas Kobe Mirando. Wyatt Joseph Morgus. Jocelyn Cadence Myers. Brayston Joseph Naraki. Anaya Lakeisha Kristen Neal. Jacob Bernard Neff. Kelsey Ann Neff. Gracie Marie Negley. Brooke Ann Schramm. Chung Matthew Wen. Patrick Kieran Wayne Nowakowski.
Jaden Michael Osterling. Natalie Jean Osterling. Seth Robert Ordy. Blade Xavier Painter. Alejandro Perez Palacios. Jonathan Pantoya. Joshua Timothy Parker. William Joseph Parker. Felicia Renee Parms. Elizabeth Grace Patton. Sydney Grace Patterson. Gianna Irene Pauling. Paxton Patrick Pavshak. Isaac Thomas Palowitz. Wyatt Hines Perry. Jolene Rochelle Plaisted. Adam John Plofchan. Caitlin Lee Ploppy. Kiana Faith Plunkard. Ashley Sayer Poling. Paige Aubrey Pontius. Katie Alexandra Portillo Rodas. Micah Richard Potts. Angel Marie Pudina. Troy Matthew Reardon. Abigail Grace Randall. Connor James Randall. Blake Augustus Rearick. Jeremiah David Rearick.
Brock Allen Reed.
Catherine Rose Reed. Austin Matthew Daniel Ray. Garrick Nicholas Wreckage. Jonathan Jacob Rutzel. Troy Douglas Ritson. Zach William Ritson. Lucas Michael Rivera. Olivia Faith Rivera. Gwyneth Miriam Robbins. Abigail Ellen Rogers. Lacey Lynn Rogers. Jasmine Marie Roman. Daniel May Romanucci. McKenna Elizabeth Raudebush. Braden Michael Rosick. Gavin Alexander Rush. Stephen Lee Rycroft. Lainey Rose Saylor. Rosalia Star Sapienza. Eden James Scheller. Michaela Grace Schmidt. Jackson Edward Schontag. Ava Rose Schultz. Emma Marie Schultz. Anastasia Belle Semler Peterman.
Alphonse James Semler. Adam Michael Seibert. Kiera Marie Shad. Dominic Anthony Shakely. Eli James Shea. Haley Jade Chanette. Brandon Richard Show. Thomas Lee Schuler. Aubrey Lynn Sybil. Shay Christopher Sintz. Ashton James Skiba. Marissa Lee Sklenkar. Caden John Sloop. Kiera Jeanette Smith. Kashid Nasir Smith. Paige Channing Snyder. Colin Michael Spangler. Cheyenne Nicole Spare. Kylie Estelle Spink. Bodie Dalton Spawn. Troy Andrew Spawn. Aaron Malachi Stebick.
Blaze Michael Steele. Evan James Stein. Desiree Lynn Stelfox. Matthew Samuel Stelfox. Aiden James Stevenson. Landon David Stevenson. Robert Edward Stryer. Carter Anthony Seibert. Mara Rose Zurich. Dashel Thompson Thiem.
Elijah David Thornhauer. Riley Michael Thornhauer. Kimberly Addison Tillery. Addison James Tomaszewski. Luke Anthony Tomai. Jelaine Rose Tomko. Zavon Nathaniel Tossadori. Gavin Lee Tressler. Colin Michael Tritt. Jace Taylor Trump. Colton Douglas Vitas. Adriana Marie Vallone. Caden Chance Burrell. Caitlin Rianne Waller.
Connor Xavier Waters. Kaylee Marie Witchy. Duncan Roger Whiffenbach. Peyton Rose Whipke. Justin Ray White. Liza May Wick. Mason R. Wilcox. Edwin Wilzinski III. Ariana Crystal Wilson. Ethan Alexander Winters. Cole Robert Wognar. Braden Andrew Wolf. Willow Marie Womack. Connor Nicholas Yelich. Robert John Young. Samantha Nicole Young. Mackenzie Diane Zimmerman. Peter Jacob Zulik. And Alyssa Jane Zurovich. I present to you the class of 2025. It is now my pleasure to introduce our valedictorian of the class of 2025, Alec Teff.
Good evening. My name is Alec Teff. As we stand here on the threshold of a new chapter, it's essential to pause and reflect on the journey that has brought us here, and in doing so, highlight our class's perseverance. I understand that some people here tonight may not get what I mean when I say that we have perseverance, but I would like to challenge these people to place themselves in someone else's shoes for a minute. Some of my peers here tonight made it through high school with ease and cruised along for 4 years until now, but some of my other peers had to scratch and claw their way to be able to hear their name called today. And I would like to recognize the perseverance and dedication that each one of these students graduating tonight demonstrated in order to receive their diploma. High school has been more than just a place of learning. It has been a place where we grew as individuals and as a class into a group of young adults. This group of young adults that we have here today can say with the utmost certainty that they withstood any challenges and obstacles in their way during high school and have officially graduated. This is an accomplishment that cannot be taken away from any of us for the rest of our lives, and we will forever be the Butler Area School District Class of 2025. We all came together tonight to celebrate the accomplishments of this graduating class and to commemorate the journey that has brought us all here today. In light of this achievement, it is necessary to give thanks to any parents or mentors who have supported us throughout this journey. So, to any of you out in the crowd tonight supporting a graduate, I would like to extend a sincere thank you as you helped one more student graduate tonight. This step into the future probably seems daunting to many of my peers, but I would like to challenge you all to dispel any anxiety that you are feeling about the future and look out into the world with excitement. The world awaits each and every one of us, and it is up to everyone sitting here to decide what they want to contribute. Many of us are sitting here with dreams of what we would like to achieve, whether that be to pick up a trade, join the military, or seek higher education in hopes of pursuing a certain career path. However, some of us may not know what we want to contribute yet. We have all endured uncertainty and had to persevere. Some say perseverance is running a marathon or climbing a mountain. I say it's waiting in line for a parking pass, holding on to the dream of that one perfect spot that never actually exists. Nothing else could test our perseverance more than waiting in line for an hour in the cold to get into the homecoming dance. All jokes aside, we stand today on the brink of new horizons, new experiences, and even more lines to stand in. This is a position that we have been in many times before. I'd like to share a story that relates to a time when we were in a similar position. I'm sure every single one of my peers created a time capsule at some point or wrote a letter to their future selves. I recently received a letter that I wrote to my future self back at the middle school, and it reminded me of a few important things that I'd like to share. Back in 5th grade when I wrote the letter, I mentioned a few childhood games like hide and seek. Apparently I thought me and one of my friends were really good at the time. But I also wrote about becoming a quarterback in high school and making friends. My expectations were met as I became a quarterback and made meaningful connections with peers and teachers alike. I'd like to give a special shout out to Mrs. Goldner. She's sitting right over there, probably doing her best to tune me out, but she really has been a great teacher. As we stand here today, I would like to acknowledge the fact that this letter made me realize that if my middle school self saw me today, I may not be exactly what I had envisioned at the time, but I'm sure that little 11-year-old me would be proud, as I'm sure that every one of my peers' 11-year-old selves would be proud of them too. As we graduate high school, some of us have expectations of things to come, and some of us are a bit overwhelmed. I am confident with all that we have achieved to this point that if each one of us could take a look at our 25-year-old selves, that we would each be proud of who we will become. As I conclude this speech, I feel it is important to extend one final thank you to parents, guardians, teachers, staff, administrators, and most importantly, my peers. Each of our journeys throughout high school has been truly unique, and our journeys through the future will continue to reflect our individuality. I'm sure that at this point, all of my peers are glad to hear that I'm finally done yapping away. And will you please rise as I welcome Peyton Rockcastle back to the podium to lead the alma mater. Thank you, and congratulations, class of 2025.